So for the CDM role, we have Fred. This is the biggest weakness in our team. No wonder we were going for De Jong all summer. Look at this midfield. Sheesh. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the MU stand. In this video, I'll be going over the entire first team of Manchester United squad and our best starting 11. We're also going to be taking a look at the second 11. I'll be going over the strength and depth and weaknesses of this team. So be sure to watch the video until the end and let's just get straight into it. As you can see, the three goalkeepers we have David De Gea, Tom Heaton, Dean Henderson. Clearly, I don't think anybody can agree with this. I think everyone would pick David De Gea. But I went ahead and put him on my starting 11, as you can see on my left. Obviously, the bench is going to be Tom Heaton since Dean Henderson is leaving. So Tom Heaton is going to be the backup goalkeeper and the starter is going to be David De Gea. On the left back position, my personal choice would be Malacia. I think Malacia has done really well in preseason. Ten Hag mentioned that he's a modern fullback and I completely agree with him. He's by far the better player than Shaw from what I have seen in preseason, and Luke Shaw can force his way back into the team. But as for now, I think Malacia is my first option in that left back position. Of course, we will have to wait and see how he does when the season starts. But I think in this position, we have strength and depth. Looking at the defenders we have for that position, Luke Shaw. So Luke Shaw could definitely challenge Malacia to start for that position. Alex Telles is also an option, but I think he's going to be sold. He hasn't done much since we bought him under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He struggled to get into the team, but I expect Alex Telles to leave the club this summer. Let me know in the comments section who should be your first choice left back. So moving on to the left center back, there is no argument there. Clearly, we brought Martinez for that position. So I expect Lisandro Martinez to be in that position. I don't think anybody could disagree with that. Lindelof can be the backup for that. I think it's going to be Martinez and Maguire. But I would go with Martinez and Varane. I think there's a big concern about Maguire playing a high line. So this position's clearly Martinez will start, but the backup player for this position is going to be Lindelof. He will be the backup, and the other center back is going to be Varane. I think that's my choice. But again, looking at the preseason, I think Ten Hag might go with Maguire at this position. And the backup for Varane will be Maguire. The right back position, we all know Dalot will be the right back this season. Based on what we have seen in preseason, I think Erik Ten Hag, who will be his backup is the question I have. I think that's the big question. Wan-Bissaka is not going to fit in Erik Ten Hag's system. I think this is a position that we will struggle if Dalot gets injured. I think we should look into the transfer market before the transfer market closes. We need to find a backup for Dalot. Will be the starter here. And the backup for Dalot, currently what we have is Wan-Bissaka. And Wan-Bissaka will be the backup player for that position. Let's just quickly go through the rest of the defense we have. Looking at the defense here, Eric Bay, I believe Eric Bay is going to be sold this summer. I think Sevilla and Roma are in contention to get Eric Bay. I expect Eric Bay to leave, but I actually want him to stay, but he's going to leave. Phil Jones should have left a long time ago. I don't consider him to be in our team. I think he should be sold or loaned out. Alex Telles, as I discussed earlier, I think he will leave this summer. Porto are in contact with Alex Telles. I expect Alex Telles to leave the club this summer. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with Alex Telles. Brandon Williams, Mings, Alvaro Fernandes, all these players I expect to be loaned out. I don't expect Brandon Williams to stay in the team. I think he's going to be loaned out, especially if Wan-Bissaka stays in the team. Alex Tuanzebe, Ted Mings, and Alvaro Fernandes, they might also be leaving in the transfer market this summer. By the way, guys, if you guys are enjoying this lineup analysis, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more Manchester United content. Going into the midfield position, so for the CDM role, we have Fred. This is the biggest weakness in our team. No wonder we were going for De Jong all summer. Look at this midfield. Sheesh. Fred will be the regular in this team. I do have Scott McTominay as a backup for Fred. I don't think we have a contention for that position. And next to Fred, definitely Eriksen will be on my starting 11. I don't care what anybody says. We have seen in a couple of games what Eriksen can offer us, and it's just going to get better as we go into the season. Donny will be the backup for that, which I'm fine with. I'm not impressed by Donny's performance in this preseason. I talked about that in my match reaction for Rayo's game. I just feel it will take time before we find the right position for Donny. As our number 10, I've gone with Bruno. I think Bruno clearly starts, even though I think he had an average preseason and struggled to adapt to Erik ten Hag's system. I think he will cement that position. Donny could also be used in this position as well as the backup for Bruno. Let's just quickly go over the rest of the players we have before we move on to the forward position. I expect Ahmad, Elstree, and Garner to be loaned out. I don't expect them to stay in the team. I don't think they're going to get much game time this season. I expect them to be loaned out, including Hannibal, to one of these English teams so that he can get more experience. So looking at the forward position, I've gone with Martial. I think Martial will be on that left attacking position. In my opinion, he will be my choice for that role, and I will explain in a minute why. This is, of course, assuming Cristiano will stay at the club for another season. Rashford and Garnacho should be the backup for that position. We saw against Rayo what Garnacho can offer, and I think Ten Hag is the right coach to develop him. He can definitely challenge Rashford to be the backup in that position. So for that position, as a backup, I've gone with Rashford and Garnacho for Martial. Looking at the rest of the forwards we have, on the right, we have Sancho as a starter, and it's between Elanga and Chong to be the backup for that position. Shortier can also be in the conversation. There is a concern for this position. No wonder we're going to sign someone like Antony or Asensio for that position. Elanga is not going to cut it for me. The drop-off from Sancho to Elanga is massive. I think we need to get this position sorted before the transfer window shuts. Sancho will be my starter here. As a backup for Sancho, we've gone with Elanga and possibly Chong. Up top, I've gone with the one and only, the greatest, Cristiano Ronaldo. I hope he stays in the team. We're gonna need his goals desperately. I'm not sure Martial can give us 20 plus goals per season. We're very thin in that position, and we need Cristiano to stay in the team in order for us to compete with the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham. Of course, if Cristiano leaves, this position is going to be taken care of by Martial and Rashford as a backup. To summarize, guys, I think our biggest weakness is the Fred position. The right back position is also a concern. If Dalot gets injured, Elanga is also a weakness. And if Cristiano leaves, the striker position becomes our biggest weakness in the lineup. This is my opinion on the current team. You guys can let me know in the comment section what you think about this squad. Who would you replace in this team? Which position is our biggest weakness? Get your comments in. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.